Good morning, friends. I'm Dr. Furqan Pathan, Assistant Professor in English from Adarsh Science, JV Arts, and Birla Commerce College, Railway. Dear friends, today we are going to learn about communication process and its elements. Before starting this, it is must to know what is meant by communication. Communication is derived from a Latin word communicare, which in English means common. In other words, communication is nothing but making views common. Communication is an exchange of ideas, opinions, information, knowledge, and emotion between two or more than two persons. Communication is the passing of information from one person to another. Communication is transmission of ideas from one point to another. There are three important characteristics of communication. First, it is a cyclic process. Second, it is a two-way process. And third, it is a continuous process. As we all know that communication is very much important in our day-to-day life. We cannot live without communication. So it is must to make our communication more effective. That's why it is important to understand the elements or components of communication process. There are five main elements in the process of communication. They are sender, message, channel, receiver, feedback. Now we can understand all these five elements one by one. The first element in the process of communication is sender. Sender is a person who sends a message and also known as transmitter or encoder. It is the duty of the sender to think about the age and interest of the listener or receiver. This makes communication effective. The second element in the process of communication is message. Message is nothing but an information given by the sender to the receiver. The nature of the message should be simple, clear, and direct in order to avoid confusion. There should be no ornamental language because it may create a chance of misunderstanding in the process of communication. The next element is channel. It is the media through which the message is transferred from one person to another. Nowadays, there are various types of channels such as internet, postal services, telephone, mail, newspaper, magazines. We can divide channel into two categories. First, spoken channel and second is written channel. It is the primary duty of the sender to select the proper channel, otherwise there will be a barrier in the process of communication. Next element is receiver. Receiver is a person who receives the message given by the sender and also known as decoder. First of all, the receiver should receive the message properly and try to understand it. After understanding the message, the receiver must provide feedback to the sender. So, the last element is feedback. It is the last and the most important element in the process of communication. Feedback is nothing but a reply or response given by the receiver back to the sender. There are two types of feedback. First, positive feedback, and the second is what? Negative feedback. Feedback is the important link in communication process because without it the process cannot be completed. It is only through the feedback the sender can understand whether his message is received by the receiver or not. So in this way, all five elements are very much important in the process of communication, and all these five elements make our communication effective. Now, by this picture, we can understand that communication is a cyclic process, communication is a two-way process, and communication is a continuous process. Why this process is known as cyclic process? Because it starts from the sender and ends at the sender. That's why it's what a cyclic process. I hope all of you understand the process of communication and its elements. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. Thank you.